everybody. Welcome to another day. Welcome TJKshares. Welcome to this November day. Recording this from Washington, D.C. at the headquarters of Global Giving. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm recording this to talk about board membership and board service. I serve on the board of directors for Global Giving. Just a quick background, Global Giving is an organization based right here in Washington, D.C., started in 2003. Since that time, ladies and gentlemen, it has worked with more than 4,000 organizations around the world, helping them to raise money for the causes they serve. Whether you are registered or not in the United States, Global Giving allows you to get your project on their website, and they will market the organization and send you that money on a monthly basis. Global Giving is located both in the United States and registered in Canada. This is my second term of 3 years, so coming 6 years of serving on the organization board. My role is mostly to represent other organizations around the world that are listed on Global Giving website. When we speak about serving on a board, let me explain to you first what that means. Service above self is something Rotary Club uses, Rotary International. I am on the board of, I've served in so many boards in the past, from Reach a Hand, from Opportunity Collaboration, from Rotary International, and now I serve on 3 boards because I have to be more selective so I can give 100% of my time when I commit to go serve on a board. Uganda Water Project is one I serve on currently. Global Giving, where I'm seated today, and Juba, based out of Uganda, I also serve on their board. We'll make sure that our producer puts those organizations in the link below so you can visit them and see. Now, some of you might say, you already run Nyaka full-time, you are the CEO. How come you also have time to serve on other boards? Ladies and gentlemen, we've talked about service. You cannot be selfish and say people will serve on your board, and for you, you don't serve on theirs. For me, I find serving on the Global Giving Board of Directors as a service to the global community. Nyaka is located in southwestern Uganda. We serve so many children and women in our area, in our corner of the world. Global Giving allows me to give my time, resources to serve children, women, animals, environment. Think of all projects that are listed there, whether they are making stores, whether they are rescuing animals, kangaroos in Australia, or they are fishermen in Fiji, or they are girls who are sold into prostitution in India, or they are environmental causes caused by ships on the sea. Global Giving does it all. So my service to the world comes through Global Giving, but as we make more announcements through TJK also, you will see where all this conversation is going in the service. So to my people at Uganda Water Project, thank you. It's a pleasure serving with you on the board. To my people at Njuba, good to serve with you. To my people at Global Giving, who we just finished an amazing board and hired a new CEO, thank you for serving with you. I also serve on Nyaka board, Nyaka Uganda board, Nyaka Canada board, Nyaka Global, one based in the USA board, Nyaka UK board. All those boards I also serve on. What does it mean to serve on the board? What do boards do? Some of you might ask, many of you already know. Board of directors role is to oversee the organization's governance, make sure the governance is intact and good. To make sure that the funds in that organization are taken care of and are physical responsible to make sure that the money is coming to an organization is all those bundles, all different categories of money is used for the purpose it was given. So if somebody gives money to go build a school in Nyaka, the board's responsibility is to make sure that the money given by so and so to build the school actually built that school. And then you, as a board member, you're also the ambassador. The ambassador, you think of ambassador of the country, USA ambassador in Uganda, or a Swedish ambassador in Uganda. They are in Uganda to represent the interests of their country. So the board, you are an ambassador of that organization, wherever you are, where you are. If I'm in Ukraine tomorrow, passing on materials to kids in Ukraine, I will be serving as an ambassador of global giving in that capacity. Or when I'm in Uganda visiting Njuba and we are doing a sparing bee, I am an ambassador to Njuba or Uganda Water Project, which are actively the one I serve. Those are non-profit boards. Then there are corporate boards. Tomorrow, if Microsoft approaches me to serve on their board, those positions are paid. You as a board member, you are paid. In non-profit organizations, ladies and gentlemen, you don't get paid to serve on the board. You give service. One of the things I have referred to several times is service above self. And that's for me what I aspire to do. Boards operate differently, but there is a general standard. They have committees. On Global Giving Board, I am on the governance and recruitment committee. So before another board member comes in, our committee will go through interview. Nyaka's Global Board has a governance committee, has a finance committee, has sustainability committee, has a programs committee. And to all of you people who serve on the Nyaka board now and the ones who have served in the past, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you and thank you very much. We have our current board chair, Jenna Simon. We have a former ambassador to Uganda, Deborah Marak, serving on our board. We have amazing people in Texas, Jervis and Cornelius. We have a very good man out of Singapore, Jose, serving. We have Moni, we have Lucy, we have Barbara. We have Barbara in Uganda and Barbara in the USA. We have John Brewster serving on the Nyaka board. And we have several people serving on Canadian board chaired by Graham Pike. We have Andrew incoming UK board in UK and Barbara Kasekende in Uganda. Boards to be composed. If you are going to put a board together, you need to make sure it is professionally diversified, it is gender diversified, and ideas diversified. You don't want all people who speak the same language to be on the board. You want a lawyer, a finance person, you want a medical person. For Nyaka, we have to have somebody who can help with the medical, dental, all that stuff. With the grandmother's program, we need people who know finance and who can help us to diversify that portfolio. Past and present board members who are now advisors are also people I and the CEO have to continue to talk to seek their advice and help with whatever we need with Nyaka. Serving others is very important. Expecting to be served and you don't serve others is not the way I operate. So I encourage you, this is serving, mentoring. I encourage you to give your time, give your resources, volunteer. And when you think of how this is also happening right here in Washington, D.C., the area I am filming this is such a magnificent place. This is called Lincoln Circle. Lincoln Circle is located right here in the center of Washington, D.C. The backdrop is very good. Me, when I always get into these places, I ask myself a question once again. Who am I? How What a blessing for me to be in a position I'm in. Growing up in Nyaka village, raised in those hills of Nyaka, Kambuga, started a small organization called Nyaka. A fifth of the pencil is how I went to school. Walking 7.5 miles. Mom and dad can't read and write, but come from that, work slowly with determination and resilience and get to where I am today. Sitting in Washington, D.C. to serve the world. Talking about millions of dollars sit on account at this organization that is waiting to go out and make a difference. An organization that has hired more than 120 people within the last 4 months, and half of them work from home. Board members from diverse backgrounds have worked with the biggest law firms in the world, and worked with marketing departments all over the area. Today, those who follow social media have seen that I have been accepted in Harvard University as a fellow to spend a whole year interacting with professors, students, alumni, in learning how to make a change in this world. Men and women who have been in corporate America working so hard, spreading, scaling companies like Yahoo, Microsoft, and Starbucks, Fortune 500, these are big companies that make up the whole stock market you hear about and read about. These men and women are retiring from there and asking the question, how do I make a social impact in the world? So Harvard selects those and then taps into those of us who have been making a difference in the world all our lives to be in a cohort at Harvard for 1 year. Who am I from Nyaka to Columbia University to Harvard? When I sent this excitement and all excited to talk to Columbia University professors who worked with me when I came first time to Columbia. Columbia and Harvard are both Ivy League schools. Obama went to Columbia and then went to Harvard for law school. Following footsteps, legacy. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. When you're on this journey and you are discouraged and you think things are not making sense, trust in your higher power. My higher power is in God. And so I am excited about the opportunity. I'm excited to serve on the boards, corporate, non-profit. I've given my book, COVID book, the Sitway Fights COVID, to all board members today. They are taking home a copy. All my fellow board members. Our team at Nyaka is sending that book to all Nyaka board members in United States, in UK, in Canada, and in Uganda. So as Christmas and Thanksgiving, all these holidays are getting closer, I am so happy to be of service to the world, but also so happy to be able to serve Nyaka wholeheartedly and serve my community that made me the man I am. So whether it is your church, I've been on church boards, whether it is your small community or you are building an organization, think of putting a board of directors together. Companies have board of directors, non-profit organizations have board of directors. For you, everybody who is serving on board of directors, make sure you give your time, make sure you give your resources. It's very, very important when we who run organizations have to write to a funder or looking for money and say 100% of my board members participate in giving. Giving does not mean you have to get it in your pocket. You can actually give it, get it from somebody else to get to the organization that you intend to. Like always, please ask questions, make comments under, learn, unlearn, relearn, because it is all a process. When I started in Nyaka 21 years ago, I didn't know what a board means. I didn't know what fundraising means. done this work, not without criticism, not without discouragement, not that we didn't tremble. Building campuses, a small campus at Nyaka Primary School, whose graduates are now doctors, lawyers, nurses, drivers, teachers, brick makers, anything you can think about. We then went on and built a farm, then a library, then Kutamba School, then bought trees in Kanungu, then built a secondary school, the biggest, baddest, coolest school you can ever see, dormitories, vocational training, skill training, tailoring, leather making. Our children have thrived and continue to thrive, but they extending the grandmothers into Kanungu, extend it to Kunjiri, extend it to Rwanda, has created more entrepreneurs in this region, women entrepreneurs. And I hear you, my young men and boys who say, what about the boys? These women have husbands at home. Majority of their children are boys, and we are taking care of each and every one. A community that has clean water is being used by both boys and girls. Nyaka Clinic treats men and women and boys, everybody. Nyaka has never been an exclusive place for one aspect or one gender. It has always been a community-driven project. So if you are starting a business, you need a board. If you are starting a small organization, you need a board. If you have skill to give, search and serve on a board. Again, Global Giving Headquarters, board meeting. Before I leave here, also let me make a plug that on November 29th, there is a program called Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is worldwide. It helps organizations to raise money, and Global Giving will be matching some of those funds. So if you have never given online, go on Global Giving, search whatever organization you want and give to it. Nyaka will be there. Nyaka will be raising money on Giving Tuesday. We hope you will make a difference in the world. Subscribe, share, comment, ask questions, suggest topics you want to hear. We cannot wait to hear from you. Nyaka is thriving because one man had a vision. Don't let your vision die. That's one lesson. Number two, don't let anybody discourage you from following your passion. Number three, thank you, TJK team, for putting this together, spreading the word, and continuing to thrive in this environment. This is free information. We give it to you for free, and we hope it helps you. Thank you. The best is yet to come.